By the summer of 1776, Americans had already fought British soldiers for more than a year. Lexington, Concord, Bunker Hill, the siege of Boston. But despite the fighting, many colonists still considered themselves loyal British subjects. So what changed? In this episode, we'll explore how political debate, powerful ideas, and one extraordinary document transformed 13 rebellious colonies into a brand new nation. Many people assume the Declaration of Independence started the revolution. Actually, the war came first. For over a year, Americans fought Britain while many leaders hoped the conflict could still be resolved peacefully. The goal wasn't originally independence. It was reconciliation. America wasn't united. Some wanted independence. Others remained loyal to King George III. Many simply wanted peace. Entire families found themselves divided over the future. The decision to separate from Britain would not come easily. Even after fighting had begun, Congress made one last attempt at peace. The Olive Branch Petition assured the king that the colonies remained loyal. King George III refused to accept it. Instead, he declared the colonies to be in open rebellion. That decision convinced many moderates that compromise was no longer possible. Everything changed with one pamphlet. Thomas Paine's Common Sense argued that monarchy itself was flawed. He wrote in language ordinary people could understand. The pamphlet spread rapidly across the colonies. It persuaded thousands that independence was not only possible, it was necessary. As common sense circulated, public opinion shifted dramatically. People discussed independence everywhere. The conversation moved from Congress into homes, churches, businesses, and taverns. For the first time, independence seemed achievable. Virginia delegate Richard Henry Lee formally proposed independence. Congress agreed but wanted a written explanation to justify the decision before the world. That task would fall to a committee. Congress selected 5 men to prepare the Declaration. Although several contributed ideas, they agreed that Thomas Jefferson should write the first draft. He was only 33 years old. Working largely alone, Jefferson drafted one of history's most influential political documents. Drawing from Enlightenment philosophy, colonial grievances, and natural rights, he created a statement that would change the world. Jefferson argued that governments receive their power from the consent of the governed. When governments violate those rights, the people have the authority to replace them. These ideas became foundational principles of the United States. Much of the Declaration is actually a list of complaints. Jefferson explained exactly why the colonies believed the king had violated their rights. This wasn't merely a declaration of freedom. It was also a legal justification. Congress carefully reviewed Jefferson's draft. Numerous changes were made. Entire sections were removed. Like the Constitution later would be, the Declaration emerged through compromise. On July 2, 1776, Congress voted for independence. John Adams believed Americans would forever celebrate July 2 as Independence Day. History had other plans. 2 days later, Congress approved the final wording. July 4, 1776 became the official birth date of the United States. Although fighting continued, the colonies had become independent states. Many delegates signed knowing they could be executed for treason if Britain won the war. They pledged their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor. It was one of history's boldest political acts. Declaring independence did not end the conflict. In many ways, it marked the beginning of a much larger war. Britain committed enormous military resources to defeating the rebellion. The outcome remained uncertain. The Declaration created more than a new government. It created a new identity. The colonies no longer viewed themselves as British subjects. They were Americans. That idea would inspire democratic movements around the world. Over 6 episodes, we followed one of history's most remarkable transformations. We began with taxes and protests. We watched tensions escalate into violence. We saw ordinary citizens become soldiers. And finally, we witnessed 13 colonies become the United States of America. The Declaration of Independence did not guarantee victory, but it declared to the world that a new nation had been born. Thank you for joining us on the road to American independence. If you enjoyed this series, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who love history. There are many more journeys through the past still to come.